Hi, Aries. Welcome to your April 2016 love reading. It's Raina here. Happy birthday to those of you who are born in April. I think I've picked some interesting cards for you, Aries. The only question is who you are in the first card. Remember, this is a general reading, and so mileage may vary depending on who's watching this. If you'd like a personalized reading, please click on the link below. So the heart of the matter for April for you guys is the Emperor card, which relates to a law and order type of person. This could literally be that you are involved with somebody who is a soldier or other military man, somebody who is in law enforcement, somebody who is in one of those positions where there is a lot of rigidity, a lot of black and white attitudes. It could just relate to their basic mentality, and this is causing friction in your relationship. The basic philosophy of such a person is my way or the highway, and this is right, this is wrong. There can be a lot of control issues with this person, and because you're a cardinal sign, this may cause a clash between the two of you. Now, what is interesting is that the Emperor card, which is part of the Major Arcana, number 4, is connected to the sign of Aries, your own sign. So this is why I said this could be you exhibiting this behavior and causing issues in your relationship. Or maybe you're with another Aries person. That does happen sometimes that two Aries people get together. But whoever this is, whether this is you or it's another person, I feel that there are problems as a result of this attitude. I picked a card to describe your place in this relationship or your participation, and I got the Devil card. So this makes me feel that it's more likely that this is another person who is the Emperor. And the reason that you're finding it hard just to let go of this person is almost a sort of addiction that you have to this relationship. Typically, with Aries, I see it as a kind of sex thing where it's a dysfunctional relationship, but the sex is off the charts. And so there's an addictive quality to the relationship as a result. There could even be a dehumanizing aspect to the relationship because the two parties are so mismatched. But sexually, the chemistry is amazing. And so you are motivated on that level. And obviously, when you allow that to overtake everything else, it will create a rather demeaning relationship where it's just based on one thing. And that one thing is fairly shallow at the end of the day because respect is out the window. And so basically, you're going to have to reconcile with this compulsion that you may have. And for some of you, especially if you have Venus in Pisces, because Venus can never be too far away from your sun sign, and it's the sign right before Aries. It could be that you have an emotional weakness for this person. And it could just be that, I'm going to say he, because that's the Emperor is a man, that he resembles or reminds you of, for instance, your father. And if he's withholding of affection and very authoritarian, that may feel familiar, and that may be why you're inexplicably drawn to him. So that's something to kind of get straight within yourself. The higher perspective is the 10 of Wands. And so the message from the universe is that you're the one doing the heavy lifting in the relationship. And this is very important because a lot of relationships that are dysfunctional, you see one person who is propping up the relationship with their own work, and the other person really doesn't care because they're using you for their gratification. It doesn't have to necessarily be sexual, it could be something else, but whatever it is, it's not showing caring. And so you're just really slaving away there for something that is not paying off. The attitude to adopt during this time is the Eight of Wands, which is a card of sudden developments. And so I would say in this context to be prepared for that. Remember that the sun is going to be in your sign for the first 3 weeks of April. So it's a very lively time. This is your solar return time. And this is a great energy for you to feel like you're back to speed, up to speed. And because of that, you may see things just kind of popping up. And you want to be prepared to take on new challenges or opportunities and not be stuck in this relationship. Because the Eight of Wands could mean that you hear something good on the career front. Maybe you get a job offer and you have to travel and all this frenzied activity. But if you're hung up on somebody, you might just completely ignore the gifts that the universe is trying to bring to you. And then you would be still stuck in this holding pattern. So it's basically keeping yourself open for whatever opportunities crop up. What holds you back during this month of April is the Eight of Swords. And it really is the card of someone who is being held back, but really they're doing it to themselves. And remember that the swords relate to air signs. So this could be that person. This person could be an air sign. Even though the Emperor relates to the sign of Aries, it's interesting. He's holding a sword in one of his hands. And sometimes people have a signature of one element. And even if it's not the sun sign, it still is very much a part of their chart, you know. So this could be that you're in bondage to this person and that is holding you back from enjoying your life or benefiting from opportunities. But just in general, because the swords relate to air signs, they also relate to thoughts. So watch your thoughts. Watch for the things you tell yourself about your possibilities in finding a mate that is appropriate for you and that will inspire you, not hold you back, as well as what you tell yourself about life in general. What kind of story do you have about yourself? Do you, think you are your past? And do you live in the past? Most Aries people that I've met are very forward seeking. I would say that there's actually a tendency sometimes for Aries to be too connected to the future. And this is why they're always impatient, because they want, they're so enthusiastic about life. So really that trait of being impatient is the result of that wonderful part of your personality that is very passionate about life. And so you always think it's going to get better and better, and you want to see what's around the next corner. And that is wonderful, I think. I don't think there's anything wrong with that whatsoever. But just make sure that you're not imprisoning yourself with negative thoughts about this relationship and this rigid person, or about anything that you feel is holding you down. The advice is the Two of Swords, so this is about making a decision. It may also be saying to call a truce if there has been some sort of, butting heads. You don't have to resolve everything all at once, but definitely do not go on the war path, because that never really solves anything, even if you feel like you've been treated unfairly. But the greatest thing is the outcome is the Star card, another major arcana card. I got 3 out of 7 cards for you, Aries, which is fairly indicative of a meaningful month for you. And I love that it's a birthday month. So the star card indicates that your hopes and wishes have the possibility to come true, and that you can have faith restored and be able to really feel like a better day is ahead of you. If you have been feeling dragged down by a toxic relationship, it's providing you that hope. And that is sometimes all that is needed, is having just an inkling of better days ahead. You have a new moon coming up on April 7th in your own sign, obviously. And so that's the time to set your intentions for the next 12 months of what you want this year to bring to you, Aries. And so it's great to end with the star card and your new moon. And I wish you all the best in April. Happy birthday again. Bye.